Hey everyone, and hold tight, welcome to today's plumberparts.co.uk video. Hotly anticipated. Sorry I haven't been around in a while. I've been doing loads of stuff. We're getting the studio sorted out, but I'll be filming that and telling you about that soon. Number one, I'm going to say this, I'm going to Instagram you guys right now. Look how sexy you are. So follow us on Instagram, doing loads of stuff on there at the moment. It's like literally my favourite social media. Also follow us on Twitter, Facebook and all the rest of it, and subscribe to our videos. But anyway, today we are going to be installing this beautiful shower. And this is going to be the start of a series of videos that we're going to be doing that's going to have shower tray, quadrant shower screen, double-sided toilet frame, basin, and all the stuff to do with this little ensuite. So subscribe, come along for the ride, and I'll see you soon. Let's get into this video. Hold tight. First up, this is in my house, all right? So it's a bit of an unusual thing. We're not doing the usual sort of, let's have 4 walls and a door. You know, who would want to do that? So boring. I thought I'm going to make this as difficult as physically possible, but save some space, and have some room just here for a nice like window, frosted window for the shower. I was inspired for this by the film Titanic, the old hand scene down the window, and also I can just lay in bed out of shot and watch Emily have a shower in the morning. But anyway, so what we're going to have in here, a little vanity unit in here. We've got power under there because we're going to have an isolator. Also, I'm going to have like the shaving socket under there as well. I don't usually like seeing the shaving socket, just gives me the ump. So you'll be able to charge up like toothbrushes and shavers and stuff like that under there. Obviously hot and cold coming up. We've got a little inch and a quarter waste coming up here. Well, that's good. Over here, we've got the coolest toilet thing going on ever. If we just blow up an overhead view of the sort of this area of the house, this bit that I'm in at the moment is an extension. Just straight through there, we've got the old bathroom, which is still going to stay as the bathroom. We're going to be ripping all that out and doing that again, and I'll show you along the way for that as well in other videos. But that means that the 4-inch stack, the main one, is just through there, which means I'm going to put my bog in here, but on the other side I'm also going to have a toilet, and we're using a special double-sided toilet frame that I got from Vitra, and I don't know anyone else who does it. There's probably loads of other companies that do it, I don't know, but I haven't seen anyone do it. I've already left studding out ready because I knew that I was going to do this, but that single skin brick wall is going to need a little lintel across it, and then the actual frame's going to sit underneath that. And that's all going to need like reinforcement wood and stuff as well. In this corner here, we've got a lovely Roman shower tray. I'll leave a link to Roman's shower tray stuff in the link below so you can have a look at that. And that's what we're going to be having a look at in this very first video. We're going to look at how we lay the shower tray down, how we decide exactly where we're going to drill our hole for our waste, how big the waste is going to be. To be honest, when you're doing new builds like this, it's easier to lay shower trays. You haven't got to worry about higgledy-piggledy floor, higgledy-piggledy floor, and you know, that's a good thing, you know, so that makes this really, really easy. It's one of those ones where, oh, you could have said, Jimmy, can you try and put a shower tray down on a higgledy-piggledy floor? And I'd have been like, no, 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 no. So what I'm going to do for you today in this video, I'm going to show you us putting the waste in. I know I've done other videos on that, but this is a series of videos all about this ensuite. So like next week's video might not be on this, it might be on something else, but be sure I'm going to put all these into one playlist. So if you're watching this in a couple of years time, hopefully you'll get all these videos out in series and know exactly what's going on. Let's get down to the nitty gritty. Oh wee yo. I bet you're loving this crane shot, guys. We're in a lovely little gimbal at the moment. Look, all the lighting stuff. It's all sat there, you know, everything's here. So we've got our lovely glass screen, okay? This goes all the way up to the ceiling. Now I think you're gonna think this is a pretty cool sort of idea. Look at that, it goes all the way up to the ceiling like that. That means from bed area, I'm gonna be able to watch whatever goes on in there, but in like a sort of steamy visage, which would be nice. So what I've done, we've got 2 bits of wood that have gone all the way up there, a bit of 2x2, and this ties straight into that and then ties in turn to the wall. Now what's gonna happen, as you can see, we first fixed for an Aqualisa quartz to go in here, and then I'm gonna change that over to an Aqualisa Q, which would be really cool for us to show you how to do. But that's the thing, I wanna use my own house as a guinea pig to show you some of the products that I really like. It's one of those things, right, you start to annoy your customers when you keep filming around their house, which is in a way one of the reasons that I've now got my studio, which is getting fitted out next week, and oh god, I'm so excited. But anyway, the problem is I didn't want to order glass that's completely up against this, and also I know that the Roman shower screen that we've got, the quadrant, is going to come around here and it is going to meet onto this, okay? That means what I've got to do, and this is completely unplumbing related, is we need to get a bead of wood, then I need to nose this again and get my plasterer to pop back and just skim that up. He's going to be absolutely delighted. Bearing in mind he rang me up yesterday to remove a radiator for him on a job that was, well, they were basically plastering a wall. He turned the radiator valves off and it hadn't stopped running, and he was begging me to go out there and whip it off for him. But I was already on another job, had the system drained down, there's literally no way I could do it. So the position of the outlet for our trap is already defined by where our shower tray is. This is exactly where our shower tray is going. Our beams run acrossways like this on this house, and I've had a look, and we are quite near some of the butane pipes that I fitted downstairs a couple of months ago, and this is a point of annoyance for Emily because, you know, I haven't really done a lot of work on the house, as some long-term Plumber Parts fans are going to see. So what we're going to do, as you can see, the first thing I've done is I've just drilled an ickle hole through here, just a little baby hole just through there, and if we run downstairs, right, hello mate, typical cat. Right, so let's have a quick look downstairs. Now, the little hole that I've drilled is this one just here, okay? So we know now that we're not near any of our wires, or not, you know, within like a real bad area. We're not near any beams going across, so we're happy to sort of get on with this job. Now, the next thing that I've already done, I've already first fixed my 1.5 inch pipe here, and my plan is to run this across to here, tee off over to our shower waste, but also pick up our waste from our basin there as well. The ceiling in here is actually going to drop down quite a lot because by regs, let's just say them lovely regs have come back to haunt me. By regs, when you're in a garage, and this is the garage down here, you have to like do loads of stuff for fireproofing. But anyway, it's nothing to do with plumbing. Plan is we're going to cut a hole for our trap, a bigger hole than we think we need, and we're also going to cut a slot as well so we can fit our trap properly on our shower tray, and then actually lower our shower tray into the hole. We don't want to be doing this from underneath because a lot of time you won't be able to get your hands underneath there, or there'll be a reason why you can't. And then we're going to drill our holes through our joist to take our 1.5 inch waste pipe, which is going to be wicked fun. And then we're going to just link it all up, and you're going to watch me do that. And that is the first thing we're going to do in this video. We're also going to fit the shower tray down as well. And that is literally the first whole thing that we're covering in this video today. All right, so video number 1 of this series of brilliance. You've even seen the cat in it already, and George hates the camera, so you know what I mean. Ugh, bum crack. I've got a belt on today. Look at that. Butty. Right, so as you can see, I've already put my spirit level on. I know that it's nice and level. So next thing I want to do is basically mark this hole out, break it into a new pencil. So it was a really, really emotional moment for me. Right, so I know for shizzle that I want my shower tray outlet to be here. It's nicely up against there. There is gonna be some work to be done at this bit just here to get that all sort of sorted out. So I can draw a big fat hole just round there. A little tip here as well. At this point, you just wanna pull off your protective film just so it's around the shower tray hole that you're working on, and also away from any edges, because in a minute we're going to be gluing this down, and we don't want to be gluing onto this, we want to be gluing onto the actual shower tray proper. Look how wide that is. I played the tape measure game with this a couple of weeks ago, got over 3 meters without it breaking. That. So as I said, this shower is from Roman Shower Trays, and usually it's all pretty similar. Get some instructions. Like I say, if you're a man, screw them up, throw them behind you, get it wrong, and then do it again. If you're a lady, read the instructions properly and get it right first time. How many times have I said that? I know that because I'm a man. This is the top cover. Basically, put it to one side. Do not remove this. In fact, put it to one side, put it in the glove compartment of the van, all right? So this does not get scratched. Or if you do it, if you're a DIY, put it in your office drawer or something like that. That doesn't get scratched. Look, I'll just put it on the floor. Off you go, away with you. Little tighten up tool, little 45, that will go on in a minute. Actual trap itself, which if it's like any other normal trap, I usually find these need modifying, but we might go into that. We'll see how that goes when we do our water test in a minute. So simple really, standard compression fitting into 1.5 inch. So we have our little bit in here. Usually with these, because the rubber's a little bit harder, you don't actually have the sort of slip nut on there. Slip nut! Now, usually what I'd say is because you've got the depth of a floor thickness, you've got the depth of this as well, what you want to be doing is number one, making sure that you've got your rubber O-ring in here, tightening this on, pointing it in the direction where you want it to be. Once you've got it tightened on, okay, you want to get another 45 because you want this to dip right down straight away, and then 45 over, but we're going to keep our waste pipe nice and high. We'll look at that in a minute. The next thing we want to do is, I'm just going to very quickly draw around the bottom of the shower tray. So I know exactly where it's going to go. When it goes back, lift this beast up. Come on. Hell yeah. Firstly, just want to point out, this shower tray ain't going nowhere. It's absolutely beastly. It's a real chunker malunka, as they say. Yes. Next thing you want to do, you just want to lay this on here sort of roughly. Grab yourself a tape and you're going to say to yourself, right, I want this much room. I need this much room, right? So this can actually sit nicely and we can just lower the whole of our trap straight through. So I'm going to give that 11 inches by good 6 inches each side. We all know 6 inches. We all know that 6 inches is the magic number. Now, you shouldn't usually have to do this, and I've got to say, I've not had one. This has got some lovely rubbery ventricles on it. Give it a nice sort of seal on here, but I'm a superstitious guy, you know, and superstitious guys use silicone. That's just life. That's just how it is. Just going to daub a little bit on here. Hello, sweethearts. Oh, hello. Right, so we're going to wrap a little bit of silicone. You don't need a lot, just a little bit. Give that a little twisty boot, like so, on there, and that's going to stick there now. Nicely. Your central piece out of the way of this. Right, just going to pop this in here like that. Pop that round there. You shouldn't have to put any sealing stuff underneath on the shower side. And then we're going to lay this on here where we want it. We're going to just start doing it up. This is kind of a bit of a cack-handed way of doing it. I usually do this another way, but today's the day where I did it a cack-handed way. Just remember that. That was what happened today. Just hold the back so you've got it pointing in the direction where you want it. And get your little blue jobby, yeah? Get that. Oh dear. They never work very well. It's one of those things, you know? But it's not going to leak. I know that because I'm amazing. Oh, dude. Pop you back up over here. So we've got that on, we're happy it ain't gonna leak. I mean, if you really want to go mental, you can run another bead around the outside and then smooth it off, but are you really that sad? Some people are. Right, I'm gonna get this pointing in exactly the direction where I want it, which is just about here. Gorgeous. Gorgeous, George. I want to leave myself 11 inches that way and 6 inches the other way. And the back, we want to start that at 3 inches on the back. So let's measure out and cut that right now, y'all. By the way, I've got some BDAC professional silicone profiles. I might give some of these away in a later video because I bought an extra pair by accident because I thought I'd lost mine and I hadn't. Typical. Right, so we are going to be going 3 inches from the back. So our mark number 1 from the center is just there. Let's just make sure of that. So there we go. Actually, I'm going to go 10 inches that way. And we're going to go 3 inches this way and then 3 inches that way. You guys are going to go, man, that's a big hole in it. It's a bit of a biggie. Why would I want to give myself such a small hole and make this job harder in a minute because we compromised our actual trap itself? Why would we want to do that? I don't know. Now, I've kind of learnt this the hard way as well, because if that trap has got any wood pressing on it, either way, one way or the other, anything like that, then what's going to happen is it's going to push it about, it's going to go out of square with the shower tray, and guess what it's going to do after that? Yes, you're right, it's going to win the Eurovision Song Contest. Of course it's not, it's going to leak, innit? Let's get the phone outs. About to give this girl a shout. See if she had a good time uptown last night. That scrubs the belly of the jean. Meow, 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 meow. No dirty knickers on my floor. Right, now because I do, I mean, let's face it, right? We know that it does get a little bit narrow here. So look, it could be a bit nicer. 1.5 that side, yeah. Being nicer, aren't I? Fire up the fan. Get feeling, y'all. Oh yeah! Ooh. We got a hole drilled. Oh yes, we have. What we're going to do, as you can see, we've got our lovely hole drilled in exactly the place where we want it. Hopefully, I'm going to be able to drop this beast down, not smash anything. Look at Plumber Parts' bum crack. And that should just slot down through there like that. And that's that bit done. So, we've got that piece in. Let's pop down and have a quick look and see what it looks like. Right, so simple job really from here on in. What we need to do is we're going to drill a hole through there, through there, through there. We're going to link up with the hole that's just up there. I don't know if you can see that. That's going to come around across here. We're going to tee them together and then go out, off to our stack. Now, every house and every plumber has a part of the house they're not proud of. And currently it's the downstairs loo. This needs ripping out, this lot, and doing again. And there will be, that is actually happening soon, because I am going to put a single vitra in here. This is all coming out. I just like to remember who I am when I go for a wee. I haven't got any for when I do a poo, because there's none on the door there. But there's the vitra beast ready to go in. So the stack really needs a bit of a sorting out. As you can see, we've got to get, well, I'll put a little rodding eye in there. And that's all going to get pushed over. I've put a boss in, so it's going to be fine. It's going to work okay. It's just not, you know, it's just not beautiful. So, like I say, I've got a rodding eye. This is all actually getting boxed out here as well, so it's all going to get covered up. But this was thinking as well. I was like, usually what we do is we get a panel, don't we? We tile that panel, and then we have screws with like decorative heads that you pop off, and then you can get to the back bit. I'm not going to do that on this one. I'm going to have a big mirror on there. So while you're doing a wee, you can look at your willy and do your hair with your left hand, if you hold your willy with your right hand. Depends which willy, isn't it? AM, she's listening. She knows I hold my willy with both hands. Righty-ho, so simple job now really upstairs. All I need to do is glue that beast down. I need to leave it for, probably need to leave it for about a couple of hours before I start pulling around the waste pipe. So there we go, that's the actual trap in. So guys, if you are going to use like a glue or silicone or whatever, a silicone-based product to glue your shower tray down, I don't really recommend you use like traditional white sanitary sealant. I don't know why I said that. It's just not strong for me, if you know what I mean. So yeah, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to run a couple of beads underneath. Hello you, hello darling. But also this is going to be what seals my side part of the shower up to that bit of glass, because we have got a bit of a gap there, and I'm going to fill that up, believe me. I mean, this is going flat directly on there, so I mean, I don't really need to do this. I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll pop a little bit just around this rim here, around the rimage. Stop any drafty boos. Can you see that? That's where we need you. Oh, you can feel that set. Oh my God. Gorgeous. I don't need to, because what I am gonna use my silicone profilers in a sec to make this good, but I don't really need to, because I'm gonna build this floor up a little bit with a little bit more 18mm. I don't know, I might put some underfloor heating in here, just the electric type. I'm going to have a reasonably chunky profile on here as well, because I don't want like a tiny profile that will peel easily or anything like that. This is quite important this bit works out well. We are kind of reinventing the wheel here. Another thing I'd say as well is, well, I haven't really shown you, and put a little bit of a bead of silicone right across the back of any of the faces you're pressing up against walls and that sort of thing. Might come in handy later on, all right? I don't know why I haven't shown me doing that. I've done them all, but I think the old camera just went the swanage. Right then, ladies, we've got our shower base just there. Where are my steps? Oh, my steps are outside. Right, so you want to make things a little bit easier for yourself. Trying to thread like 1.5 pipes. Sometimes you need to put a couple of straight joints, straight couplings on there, but there we go, that's live. So first thing you want to do is just make sure you're straight down on this beast here, and then you can make yourself a little mark like that. You've got a little bottom mark then. So we make that bottom mark there. We just want to aim over to this, like that. So what you want to do is you want, first thing can I just say, this is the best like hole saw auger I've ever used. Look how easy that pops off. Now we don't want to tighten ourselves up too much, and if we drill right in the middle of the hole, we should be pretty fine for regs as well. So I'm just going to pop this on here, tighten up. See how quick that was? So cool. Also, I'm going to use my proper big beast drill. This thing just chews holes out. If making holes was fun, right, this would be the funnest drill ever. It'd be the one that's all the parties. So then, what I've got is, it's gonna be a hole just like this really. So we're gonna have a small little stub in here, and then we're gonna drive that through there. Now, as you can see, we've got our center point. I might just bring that over a little bit. What we're gonna do is ensure that we get a drop, is measure the distance from our hole center here down, so that's about 100mm at the moment, and we're just gonna take sort of 5mm off each one of these joists. Now we're going to make sure as well that these are nice and level. Thank you very much, Mr. Chippy, because if they're not level, measuring from the bottom of the joist is going to be pointless, isn't it? So we've got our first hole here. Let's get drilling that, guys. Yeah, oh yeah. Make sure there's nothing on the other side. We've got a few wires there. Pull them down out the way, and then we're ready to drill. Always put your tools away and never leave the bucket at the bottom of the steps. Oh yes, oh yes, oh yes. Okay, right, so this isn't the easiest bit. I find this bit's the most hateful part, is getting your pipe through all these. You just want to leave plenty of sort of give at each end as well. So I usually measure to the back. Oh, watch those muscles go. All right, once you're through there, that should pop in a sec. Oh, come on, son. Ah, there you go. Right, there we go. We got our pipe in. No one died. No one died inside. Right, next up we glue in, okay? Bit of PVC cement glue, Black Swan. This stuff, I think they should stop on the border because it is literally gets you as high as anything. So we're gonna pop out a little bit like that. We line them two up. Then we measure exactly, so that is 85 mil. We're gonna reduce that a little bit to about 80 or maybe 78 mil. Then we get our bit of pipe. I mean, obviously all these are different kind of lengths and all that sort of stuff. See what, I really wish these had a better place, these transfers. I did have another pair of cutters made by Ox Tools. Can't have lasted longer than a week before they went wrong. It was a very sad time in my life. We've done a video on how PVC compression fittings work, but very quickly, rubber, then if you've got one, the little coloured washer, then the nut at the back, push it all together, then you can do that up and you know then that there's not going to be any leaks. Right, now next, we get the most mental glue ever. Osmo make some glue that is literally like nappy night down the old club. Whereas this stuff is basically like working with solvent weld in Ibiza. Remember as well, solvent weld glue is cheap. What's expensive? Leaks. Push them in, give them a little twist, boom, that's that done. Let's move down to this end here and get our waste all linked up back to the stack. Right, and guys, so I've got my pipe over here. I've just put a little 45 on this. Just gonna get it up onto there. What I want to do, I kept everything back because I want to show you like the finishing bit that we usually do to get these jobs done. And now suddenly I can't find the straight coupling I bought. That's fine, we're much better. You just better off buying everything. Let's have a look at the measure. I just think, if you want to measure this way, you want it, then by me to go, take what I do, then can't way. Or it'll be so, that's this. That's one and that means we can, I can use the RGB, have an extra, copy subjects here. You can have an extra straight there, I can do this to USDC, have to do the same. On that. Of course, that's the difference, I'm not believe. Yeah, I think I'm just talking to be honest. Right, then it's a matter of getting right, so you're going to run this quite a way in inch and a half, just like that, so use it up. And that's it, give it a twist. Do the 45s on, that's the question, that's the question. Do the 45s on. I'm really good at working tools, I need to do it on these. Yep, yep. Let's get the measuring now. Those. Sometimes it's a click on to make sure it's held up. On this one. So we're reducing, so we're reducing down to each quarter of our base waste. Just get our anyway side of our here. Find out exactly how many people to be. Yeah, so the need. Right, so that's easy. Everyone, get much easier. Just in my direction, and we are go. Go. There we go, all done. Right then guys, so all done as you can see, looking good. Real pleased with how that's all gone. So the moment of truth, bottle of water, pour a couple of litres down each one. I always like doing this, do each corner, run it round, make sure you fill up that trap. Oh, look at that. Loving life, you can hear it gurgling away down here. So there's the little 1.5 inches that we put in as well for our basin. So let's just pop some down here as well. Let's pop downstairs. First one to check, the biggest and most important is obviously a shower trap. test all your connections, run your fingers under all of them, but as you can see, we got a lovely job on them and no problems whatsoever. So that particular side of the job is done. So then guys, there you go, the job's all done. We've pressure tested, well, we run water down everything. We've made sure there's a fall on everything. We've made sure that we can rod stuff because we've got a rodding eye in there. We've made sure that our shower tray is level and that the trap is properly sealed. And also we've made sure that everything is fine. I'm so happy, you should be too, with any luck. Thanks ever so much for watching the video. In a minute, there's gonna be a link so you can buy some hats, some t-shirts, but also a link to my other channel as well called Times with James, which is my vlog channel. So go over there and have a look at that. And if it interests you, it's not about plumbing, follow us there as well. Thanks ever so much for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next video, and the series on this shower will continue. Can't wait to be doing that double-sided toilet. Anyway, see you soon, guys. Love you all, and mwah, hold tight.